Hi everyone, Chillax here and welcome back to another Anchor Panic video. So coinciding with Krag's brand new release for version 1.8, we also have Dawalin, who is a nature striker who is arguably one of the best partners to Krag. And the purpose of today's video is to go over exactly how to build Dawalin in case you're a brand new player who is rounding out your roster and decided to pull on Krag as well as her partner Dawalin. So the structure of this video will be as follows. First, we'll go over whether to even pull or pass on Dawalin, along with going over her signature sigil and skill kit. We'll go over her optimal model sets and stats, along with her optimal signature sigil and powers and alternative sigils. And then we'll round things out with a PvP showcase running Dawalin alongside Krag. So without further ado, let's begin. So should you pull or pass on her? The majority of us will pass on her because I think that for most players who have been playing for at least 2 months, by now you should have a lightning team, a quantum team, and an ice team, which should be enough to clear pretty much all content. Even Entropy Cataclysm, which requires 5 teams, simply because those first 3 elements will probably deal the majority of your overall team damage output, right? However, I do know that there are some players who started towards the tail end of Frostjade's limited time banner, and actually we have some new players who just started yesterday and missed Frostjade's banner entirely and are trying to acquire operators. And currently the only 3 operators that you can summon on are Dawalin, Krag, and Ifrit. And I think it's unreasonable to ask those players to simply wait for 3 whole weeks for the limited time banner in version 1.9, because by that time, they'll be bored out of their mind running like SR operators, right? So for this reason, I think that if you're a brand new player who's just trying to, get your feet wet and just build a team, I think it's perfectly alright to acquire 1 copy of Krag, 1 copy of Dawalin, and maybe 1 copy of Ifrit, because you can always feel the pity to other operators that will help you round out your roster. Nothing wrong with that. You gotta start somewhere. So that's my 2 cents with regards to whether to pull or pass on her. Now going over her skills, I would say Dawalin is primarily a DPS, unlike Krag, who is both a support and DPS. Her entire kit revolves around deer stacks, in which each time Dawalin attacks, she gains 1 stack of deer spirit. And this deer spirit is basically her partner in crime who will always move after her, dealing damage around a 3x3 grid. And the damage dealt to the primary target increases by 60%, up to 4 stacks. And if Dawalin is crowd controlled, the deer will also be crowd controlled. And then if you happen to get 4 or more deer stacks, her crit damage will increase by 30% this turn. And I do believe this applies to the deer as well. And then her skill is just a normal single target skill. And then her energy burst, she enters an advanced state, if you will, called Liberation Stance, which lasts 2 turns, in which she does AoE damage across a 3x3 grid. And at the end of each round, while in Liberation Stance, she also gains a deer spirit. Now, if you get her signature sigil, which I highly recommend, gives a decent amount of stats, base attack, and crit rate, and it also allows her a 70% chance to energy burst on round 1. And this can really jumpstart her damage output because it allows her to get an extra deer stack for the next 2 turns, as well as doing, front-loaded damage, which is quite nice. Also, as a passive ability, each stack of Deer Spirit provides an additional 1.5% attack bonus and 30 defense penetration. Yeah, so if you have, say, like 4 Deer stacks, that's pretty good, right? Because from her talent 1, you're getting 30% crit damage. You're also getting 6% extra attack, as well as 120 extra defense penetration. And defense penetration allows you to bypass defenses doing true damage. And if you do manage to get her Ascensions, I think that'll further improve her damage output because you gain an extra stack of Deer Spirit each turn. So all of a sudden you can get like 5 Deer stacks, you know, because your Deer Spirit stacks increase by 1. And then if you have her Ascension 6, you get like 2 stacks per turn. Yeah, so a decent damage dealer, but because she is just focused on her own damage, I think that she's under threat of being power crept, and on the CN server she's not really being run, so that's something I need to be transparent with you guys about. Now with regards to her optimal model sets, I would say that if you're going to run her with at least one other natural operator like Crag, then definitely the 4-piece natural set as well as 2-piece attack boost will be, you know, the best for her to optimize her damage output, going with speed, crit rate, as well as crit damage. And the remodel effects, you're going to try to reroll for as much crit rate and crit damage as possible. Try to get max speed if you can. Or actually, maybe no, you need her slower than Crag. So just watch your speed. I do have my Dawalin slower than my Crag. And then the rest into base attack and attack. Yes. And then for her signature Sigil, then powers, you're going to go for any offensive stats you can pick up, such as crit rate would be ideal along with defense penetration and either natural damage or crit damage. And if you get speed, that's okay to keep as well. Just make sure that she's going after Crag, that way Crag's special buff is being used by Dawalin, who will act right after her. Okay. Oh, and then in terms of alternative signature sigils, if you don't have her signature, then any crit rate sigil will work just fine. For instance, Arrival of the Outsider or the Great Furnace, or you can go with a crit damage SSR sigil as well, such as Whale Echo or Falling Monolith. Yes. Okay, so now that we've gone over that, let's do the PvP showcase. So the team that I want to feature for you guys today, I think is a very realistic team for players who started around the time that Frostjade's limited time banner released. So in this case, I'm going to be running Crag, Dawalin, Frostjade, Langjiao, and Turn. Now if you're a really brand new player who joined after Frostjade's limited time banner ended, you're going to swap Frostjade out for Strain, and if you don't have Langjiao, you're going to swap Langjiao out for, say, like Echo. Yeah, but I would like to activate both the natural homology as well as ice homology to optimize my speed tuning, add some crowd control. That way my nature operators can just flat out do damage as much as they need to. So this is the team that I'm running. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight someone. Okay, I'm going to challenge Franco. Shout out to you, my man. I think he stopped by my YouTube channel earlier today. So if you're watching this, hello, hello. Let's go ahead and challenge him. Oh god. Okay, so we're gonna face a lightning / quantum team. We're gonna speed tune first. We're speeding up our allies while slowing theirs down. We'll get our frost domain up. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. Okay, so now he's speed tuning. Okay. Basic attack skill. Ooh, we got our energy burst. Oh! Ah, we almost KO'd. No, not like this. Ah, we almost took out Carnissa. Okay. Well, that sucks. Alright. Dawalin hits pretty hard because if she moves after Crag, Crag gives her an extra 8% attack as well as 12% natural damage, so quite powerful there. We didn't get the freeze on Flicker. Okay, now we enter, so now everyone has 10% additional defense. Oh. Ooh, okay, there we go. So, that's how you run Dawalin. Not a bad team, I would say. I think the most important thing is just you gotta identify who your core operators are, right? You gotta, so who are the damage dealers? It's going to be Dawalin. Crag is going to also be DPS, but in this case she played more of a supportive role. The thing is that if you don't have an A3 Crag, a lot of her damage is not going to appear until after round 2. So you have to keep that in mind. Yeah, and then try to have some speed tuning, have a fail-safe in case things go wrong, and then if you can have some crowd control, that would be great too. So, okay, that wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.